I'm Melinda Duer. I'm Professor of Biological and Biomedical Chemistry. My research is understanding the molecular structure of biological tissues and what goes wrong with those tissues in aging and diseases like cancer and metabolic diseases like diabetes.
My name is James Harrison. I founded Cycle Pharmaceuticals from a blank sheet of paper about 10 years ago. I think I had a pen as well. Cycle Pharmaceuticals is a commercial business helping very sick children every single day of the year for diseases that they will never get better from. We have a cancer business called Pharmaceuticals, and that works with many universities around the world, but mostly with the University of Cambridge in the chemistry department and with Melinda. I first met Melinda somewhere in Robinson College in 1994, I would guess, because I was an undergrad at Robinson and Melinda was a fellow, and she had the dubious honour of supervising me. So I first met Melinda probably on the first day she asked me to do some work.
So I remember James really well, because the great thing about Cambridge and natural sciences is you get these really bright students from all kinds of backgrounds, but the commonality between them is they all want to learn about science, and the natural sciences course means they can do just that across such a broad range of subjects. And the other great thing about students like James is they all go on to do different things with that science, and that everything they do is really interesting.
I was fortunate enough to have done well enough to get a PhD place, and I stayed for a year and chose to convert that to an MPhil. I think I was a little naive at 21, 22 about PhD world, and also saw lots of people who I'd beaten up in the undergrad exams having a lot of fun in London, and I went to join them. So I sold out. I joined Morgan Stanley's M&A department, which I think is another way of saying you don't really know what you're doing, because it certainly doesn't close any doors. And I spent 3 years learning an equivalent amount of economics from zero, having not had an economics lesson, and started a career of understanding how businesses can be built. From the first dollar, I got the chance to cross the Rubicon from investor, board director, owner, to go and become a CEO of a business I'd been responsible for buying. And I would never go back for lots of reasons. The teamwork in an actual operating company of having to motivate people whose job you cannot do is a daily challenge that I love. I got to learn about the industry from the inside, working for all the big players in the industry from Pfizer, Novartis down, drawing on the strands of business building and chemistry from Cambridge. It was natural to start something in the pharmaceuticals industry, and so Cycle was born. I would advise my younger self to go for it, try and make a difference. I think that being an entrepreneur, which covers a whole multitude of sins, but is something that I guess I've been doing now for over a decade, and I think my previous career has set me up to be able to do that. I think that naivety is important. I think that in a lot of cases you need to have a go. You need to embrace failure, and you need to surround yourself, and this is the hardest part, with people who can help you and that you're prepared to listen to.
When I was a school student at a comprehensive school down in North Cornwall, I did not foresee myself even doing science, getting a degree, let alone doing what I've done now. As for what I would tell my younger self, what he said.